I suppose I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a life update. It's been a little while since a video has been uploaded to the channel. It's been about 2 months actually, which is really weird. For those of you that are following the channel, like, I love you and I appreciate your support so much. And I don't know if you've noticed that I haven't uploaded in a little while, or if it's just something that's kind of gone under the radar. I recently did a mission trip to Panama, and I spent a week down there working at an orphanage. It was awesome. It was very rewarding work. And I made a video while I was down there, like a full-blown, it feels like a production actually. I'm really excited about how this video is gonna turn out. So that being said, I spent April in Panama, and I spent May mostly editing and working on, well, I gotta correct, I'm gonna hit the beach. I don't wanna hit the beach. This was, without a doubt, probably the biggest project that I've ever taken on, and I wasn't even sure how it was going to go until I got the footage back. And it is really unlike anything that I've ever done. And I'm excited because in like less than a week, I'm gonna be able to post it online. And we've got a mission team reunion, and I'm gonna upload it on that day so that they can see it first, but it will be live to the entire channel. At which point, I would love it if you would watch that. Now, if you follow me on other social media platforms like X, I recently posted a thread on X talking about how I was quitting Instagram. I think a lot of creators are feeling really frustrated with whatever changes it was that Meta made with Instagram. For me personally, I've been tracking the metrics there, my analytics, and for this last 6 months, I've had a net zero growth. And I just can't really put myself through that much work if I'm gonna get nothing out of it. I'm gonna deprioritize Instagram, and I made that resolution this year. When I left 2023 and came into 2024, one of my resolutions as a creator was to focus mostly on long-form content on YouTube. I spent all of 2023 learning how to make shorts and reels and uploading them, and this is gonna be just a further step of moving away from shorts and stories and reels and really focusing in on long-form content on YouTube. The problem that I have with Instagram is that I post these videos to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Every time, all 4 platforms get them. And I've experienced growth on every platform except for Instagram. So there's something going on at the Instagram level. I don't know if that's with the algorithm or if that's with my profile, like if I've been shadow banned or whatever. I'm not sure what's going on. All I know is that the same content on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube performs. It gets engagement, it gets interacted with, I get followers, and it's awesome. Instagram has come to a complete stop. Here we are 6 months into 2024, and I'm leaving Instagram. I'm not prioritizing Instagram. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time there posting content to a platform that is not going to support me as a creator. I am absolutely loving what's going on with YouTube right now. My followers are increasing, and I'm still a really little channel, which is fine, but the progress, the track is up. And I don't know, yeah, up that way. I know which way is up. I just want it to be like up on your screen, so it's got to be the opposite of the way the graph would go in my world. So clearly focusing on YouTube has been helping in that regard. And I'm not just doing shorts, I'm doing mostly long form content. Life changes a lot. So it's currently June of 2024. I've been flying for a new employer now for about 7 months. Schedule is fantastic. It's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, which really allows me to dive deeper into bigger, more meaningful trips to me, which I think will mean more meaningful videos for you. So that looks cool. In the next 6 months, travel is still gonna look mostly domestic. I'm gonna spend July and August up in North Idaho and Canada and that sort of surrounding area. In September, I'll be back in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm going to be attending Saturated at 1122. It's a 5-day-long, really immersive, just spiritual, faithful event that the church hosts every year. It's a really just awesome time to kind of recharge your batteries as a Christian. I highly recommend it. If you're near Jacksonville or want to travel to Jacksonville, if you come in September and attend the Saturated conference at 1122, you're going to get filled up with the Spirit. You're going to feel totally recharged, revitalized with your faith. It is awesome. It is so worth it. In October, I'm going on another mission trip. I'm going to Costa Rica to spend a week kind of doing similar work like I was doing in Panama. I'd love it if you'd support me with that. I'm going to include a link in the description of this video where you can give for the mission trip. The money goes to the mission team. That money then goes to resources that we take to the mission center. You know, for instance, in Panama, we took all sorts of clothes and shoes and toiletries and just things that are hard to get. We got the bed liners for their kids' beds. We took all sorts of stuff, school supplies, crayons, markers, whiteboards. Pretty sure one of the mission team members bought a laptop. There's just so many different things that we're able to do for these people. So yeah, links included in the description below. If you would join me in this mission trip to Costa Rica, it would mean the world to me. And more than that, it's gonna mean so much to so many people in these small communities. November, I don't really have any plans right now. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do, and that may look like heading down to Guatemala. And December is kind of similar. There's not much of a solid plan for December, for early December yet, but I will say this: at the end of the year, I am heading to Europe, and I'm going to be spending time in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 different countries. There's going to be a lot of trains, there's going to be a lot of Christmas markets, there's going to be some really cool experiences. And so I'm excited to film in Europe at the end of the year and into the start of 2025. Oh my gosh, a fish just jumped. There's fish out here and birds. There's some really beautiful birds. 2025 is super exciting because I've already started putting the groundwork in place for what I'm calling a season, my 2025 season on YouTube. And that is going to start obviously in Europe. I'm already going to be over there in January. Something that's going to be totally new to the channel is cruises. I've not actually done cruises on the channel before. I did one on shore excursions, but I've got 2 cruises booked in 2025, and the one that's in January is kind of for my birthday, so that's a really exciting one for me. It's one that I've been wanting to do for a long time. In March, I've got a huge group trip forming up to go to Mexico to do a really neat experience on a train down there. People are already buying their tickets. This is the most exciting part of planning a group trip, is actually having people commit to the group trip and buy their tickets. So this is happening. After spending a little bit of time in Mexico in March, I'm actually going to have a couple of trains that I'm doing here in the United States. So you're going to get a whole lot more train content. But before I get too far in all of these updates, I do want to say, and this is not a sponsored video, but I do want to say a huge shout out to Latitude29 Paddleboarding Company in St. Augustine for the equipment that I'm on. I obviously don't have my own equipment. I live on the road. I'm a full-time nomad and I travel. I'd love to have my own gear, but because of that, I don't. And so it was super easy to get this gear, super easy to get it pumped up. It is great quality equipment. So Latitude29 Paddleboarding Company. If you're in St. Augustine and you're looking for something to do, check out their website. They run all sorts of excursions on paddleboards, and they explore the waters here and as far up as into Jacksonville. So it's definitely worth checking out. What is the future of NickGoesFar as a channel? Well, I'm focusing in on YouTube. This is where I'm doing most of my work. This is where most of my videos are going to be primarily focused at. I'm going to be shooting and editing and filming specifically for YouTube. You will notice a change in some of my style as I'm learning more about what it is that I want to film and create. I'm able to put those stories together in a way that I think is going to really elevate the quality of content on the channel. I'm actually working on a partnership right now to do a couple of really neat a mental health video that I think is going to be a really impactful one that I think is going to help a lot of people. At the very least, I think it'll make a really good message. And then I'm also working with another partner to put together a real hands-on experience with something that a lot of people don't really get to see. So that's exciting also. Where you at, sharks? All right, full Florida man mode. You can see the fort right there. There's the fort. You can see the fort behind me.